Well, the battle between hip hop superstars Drake and Kendrick Lamar is far from over, though the two have seemed to stop exchanging those viral diss tracks, at least for now. Instead, Drake is looking for more ammunition for his defamation lawsuit against his own record label over Lamar's hit song, Not Like Us. And as ABC's Ika Janchi reports, the head of the company now weighing in.
They not like us. They not like us.
The legal fireworks are intensifying between Drake, fellow heavyweight Kendrick Lamar, and Universal Music Group over the diss track Not Like Us. And this morning, UMG CEO Lucian Grange breaking his silence on Drake's latest discovery bid after Drake accused UMG, his own label, of orchestrating a scheme to devalue his brand through the release and alleged aggressive promotion of Kendrick's hit song.
They not like us. They not like us.
In a court filing, Grange calling the allegations ridiculous, adding it makes no sense whatsoever. The CEO further says the company has invested hundreds of millions of dollars backing Drake's career. Last year, Drake filed a suit against UMG for defamation, and this week he's asking a federal judge to force UMG and Grange to turn over the label's unredacted contract with Lamar.
At the heart of Drake's argument is that UMG made it so that Kendrick Lamar was benefiting to the detriment of Drake. Drake is trying to see how best Kendrick Lamar could have profited from this scheme that Drake is accusing UMG to have endeavored.
Although Lamar isn't a defendant in the case, Drake's legal strategy centers around the distribution and promotion of his song, especially those scathing lyrics.
Say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to Cell Block 1.
Drake is accusing UMG of knowingly spreading a false and malicious narrative about him, Grange calling the claims absurd. Not Like Us continues to top the charts and rack up Grammys, especially following the electrifying Super Bowl halftime show watched by over 100 million fans worldwide.
Let me hear you say,
the heart of a discovery practice between Drake and UMG. And once that's done, both sides, armed with the facts of their case, will try to come to some sort of settlement agreement. And if that fails, this case will quickly move towards a trial.
The file now heads back to the judge with UMG's chief executive doubling down, calling it a groundless attempt to harass and intimidate. Where will this leave Drake's quest for answers? Well, we're going to have to wait and see. Morgan?
All right, Ika Janchi reporting. Thank you for that. Okay, so for more on this, I'm joined now by ABC News contributor Brian Buckmire and Andscape senior cultural writer Justin Tinsley. Thank you so much. We've got to dive into this because my timeline is in shambles about this. Okay, so Brian, from a legal perspective, as you explained in Ike's piece, Drake's case against his own record label is in the discovery phase. What is his legal team hoping to achieve here, and is something productive for their case likely to come out of this?
Yeah, so they're looking to arm themselves with the facts. This is a case where Drake is going up against UMG, which is the parent company of Republic Records, his record label. And they're asking for basically everything in the kitchen sink. They're asking for Kendrick Lamar's contract, the details of that. They're also, interestingly enough, asking about any allegations about Kendrick Lamar in terms of domestic violence. I think, and I'll leave this to Justin, who knows far more about the culture and the music background. I'm just going to stick to my legal lane. But I think it has to do with something from the diss track in 2024, Family Matters, where Drake levies allegations against Kendrick Lamar about domestic violence. And I think he's trying to build a case not just in his own diss tracks, but also that UMG was attempting to devalue Drake by inflating Kendrick Lamar's popularity by pushing this song when they knew it to be defamatory, and they're trying to look for the inner workings and the communications through all of these 75 document requests.
And as Justin, as Brian just pointed out, I mean, this dispute started as a rap battle. I mean, just the love of the game, right? Two artists exchanging diss tracks, which of course is the culture of rap. It's the culture of hip hop. I mean, it's how it all started. What does this mean for the culture now that you literally have a rapper in some ways allegedly trying to litigate a rap beef? I mean, in the legal arena, what do you think?
I think when you look at it like this, you really have to look at the last year of Drake's life. And it's really unfamiliar for any rap artist, especially a superstar rap artist. He was involved in the biggest rap beef of all time. One that I think most people would say he objectively lost. He saw Not Like Us become an international rallying cry. He even had a fallout with LeBron James, it seems. And then on top of that, the cherry on top is this lawsuit. And in hip hop, a lawsuit is kind of an unforgivable sin, especially when it comes to battle records. We've all listened to a lot of hip hop over the course of our life. We've heard battle records, people say some outlandish things, but this lawsuit that Drake is levying is kind of giving a staying power to the beef that's largely because Drake refuses to let this go. And on one hand, it is understandable in a sense. Kendrick not only beat him, he out-strategized him, he embarrassed him. But on the other hand, I do wonder what the end goal is here, because nothing will erase the impact, not just of Not Like Us, but the battle itself. And keep in mind, too, this is also very important. This is all happening while Drake and UMG are prepping for the biggest release or the most important release of his career with Iceman. And it's kind of like the equivalent of arguing with your boss in the parking lot before you have to give a company-wide presentation.
Oh, I like that analogy. You're right to point out Iceman releasing pretty soon, because all eyes are on that. If this reignites the beef, if there are any subliminals or any direct shots that kind of keep this whole thing going. All right, Brian, let's ping it back to you. What is next for the case?
Yeah, so in a case like this, we're in the heart, I would say, of the discovery process, and that's when you're attempting to request certain documents and information so that you can strengthen your case. And the judge is going to be the referee in a sense of Drake is asking for communications involving, for example, the Super Bowl halftime, and I assume UMG is going to come back and say either these are the documents we have or these documents don't exist, and the judge would be the referee in terms of what does or does not need to be turned over. When that's done, I would expect some form of negotiation for a settlement. Motion practice, trying to probably dismiss claims based on the lack of information or the information that is acquired from UMG. And then if that doesn't get resolved, it will likely go to trial if they can't find some sort of solution.
We will see how all of this plays out. Brian Buckmire, Justin Tinsley, thank you both, friends, for joining us. We appreciate you.